I'm getting a degree in cybersecurity and working on my startup project. I'm a budding developer, I'm a learner, but today my mind came across one interesting problem. What if I want to make the website page of my project publicly available on GitHub and I want to include my name on the copyright component of this website page? Not just my stupid name of GitHub profile, but because I know all these obscene guys, hackers from internet that have nothing to do can find you only by your name and dox you. So how do I avoid hard coding my name in some HTML pages? And the solution I came up with is pretty tricky and really interesting, so let's get into it. But before we get into code, let me explain you the core idea. So you have github.com public repository, HTML. You have there a template with body and title that says, "Hello, I'm Johnny Depp, I'm the author." Some guy on the internet thinks, "I'll find him." He googles Johnny Depp, and the results give him a bunch of Johnny Depps, of course. And among of them, there is that template that recognizes Johnny Depp, and he gives him this public page on GitHub. So to prevent this, I move on to the template that is public. No names included in this template. I constitute an array of indexes, and each index is a random hash itself. Moreover, these indexes are binned to the letters that are drawn by code, by CTX canvas. Canvas draw by coordinate. Start position X, end position X, a bunch of numbers. You know, it draws letter U by the coordinate. So the initial idea was to draw each letter of my name with the canvas line. Let's say letter A, it's two inclined lines, right, and one in the middle between them. And I actually did it, but it was not interesting enough for me and I went further and created this function and this list, but about it later. Let's say we have letter A. This block of code is representative of letter A. It paints letter A, simply put. And I just represent it with the A index, and in array I also say letter A. As my name consists of some single letters repeating themselves twice or even 3 times, the fact that I could shuffle it in the array that I create for those indexes and then later paint them is already tedious enough for a latent fan of mine who wants to derive my name from this shuffled array. And now, to the interesting part. The list is a string that consists of 75 or something different kinds of crap. Uppercase, lowercase, special symbols, digits, etc. In function gen, we accept the number, which is the length of the string we want to represent one character. I use 5, so generating 5 characters long value. The array from creates an array instance of 5 empty slots, and then these slots get filled with the math random value. What is that? The math floor rounds math random value, which gets multiplied itself by list.length, because we need to bound the range we take those values from. The interesting thing is you can increase the complexity of the generated value up to 75 characters per value, but I use only 5 because it does not impact the overall result at all. We also need to specify an array for canvas itself with the same indexes we path from here. So the magic happens here. You encode your word. This is actually the shell of our cipher. This is the word autospera, written in our own devised alphabet. You can repeat those letters, you can put your name in here, it's just we'll pass it to the canvas so that I can paint it, letter by letter. You'd better off noting it down somewhere, because if you forgot it, you would have a painstaking time transcoding it back, so don't repeat my mistakes. We also need to specify an array with the same indexes for canvas itself. And let's see what we get. You'll also need a paper to write your alphabet on. I specified closing and opening brackets as well, whatever symbol you want. It takes time remembering, you know, but you can remember if you want. And the word I want to draw today is parenthesis autospera. Autospera. And go to our logs. We see bam fichu, and then in blue, and then some shit. It works! But why did I compromise my room, my name, and moreover the data that can potentially be found by making this video? Well, first of all, I do not care, and second of all, you may don't as well. First of all, I am the king. Second of all, the only thing you have on me is this.